morning. It is Thursday, which is crazy. Normally I start filming again on Tuesday, but I filmed a little late on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday I had some medical stuff going on. Everything's fine. I'm fine. We're all good. But that took up a good chunk of my day, and then I was just frankly exhausted afterwards and didn't have it in me to film at all yesterday. Not that there was much going on. You know, when you're like post-medical thing and you're like, I'm just tired, I don't want to do anything. That was me. Anyway, so it is Thursday and I need to finish video editing the Friday video, which is the double feature that is going to be coming out. We are really behind on all the video editing. I've had a lot of medical stuff going on. I know in the last couple of vlogs I've mentioned like blood tests and stuff like that. I don't have any interest in going into the details of any of my medical stuff, but just know I'm fine. It just has taken up a lot of my energy over the last few weeks dealing with that. So that's done, we're good, everything's fine. That means I have a lot to catch up on, and this Saturday and Sunday is Sacramento Pride, which we are really excited to get to go to again. It's been, gosh, since 2004, or not 2004, it's been since 2024 since we last got to go. We didn't get to go last year. We're excited to go this year. Friday evening is our setup time, and I have already created, oh, that's my mom, hold on. Well, that just changed the plans for the day. Oh my gosh. Okay, apparently my dad fractured his ankle and I need to go over to my parents' house and go help them out with some stuff. So that changes the plans a little bit. I do still need to do video editing. I do have some other stuff I need to do in prep for Pride this weekend, but I'm gonna move that off a little bit and go help my parents. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'll be back. Cool. See you later. I am back home. Spent a few hours at my parents' house helping them out with a few things, making sure that they're all good to keep my dad safe and recovering from his injury. But it is time to make dinner, which means it is time for fire. Come on, catch, goddammit. Ha 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 ha. Yes. Excellent. Burn. Yes. No, the alarm is not for me. That's unrelated. Yes, excellent. Flames. Ho 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 ho. Chimkin, delicious. That's not my fault. Look at this teeny tiny, itty bitty little praying mantis. It's on one of my plants. Sorry, I'm like heckin' zoomed in because he's so tiny. But look at him. So cute. Hey, look. Gemins and Jimes are on sale. Good morning. It's Friday, and it is set to be a very busy day. I went ahead and I skipped the gym today because I just have too much to do. I went and just dropped off about 3 orders at the post office, so those are on their way, which is great. And I am about to head over to my parents' office because I have a box full of mini PCs that I need to put a fresh Windows install on and get them all cleaned up and ready to go for installation at the office. After working at their office this last tax season, I really, really want to set them up for better success electronically with better computers and with better processes for handling electronics. And especially like my dad's computer that he uses could really use an update. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I'm gonna come back to the house, and we have a project that we need to do in terms of getting ready for setup tonight for Pride. That's at 7, and we need to eat dinner, and we've got a meeting. There's a lot going on. So for now, packages are dropped off. I'm gonna go to the office and get some computer work done. So I did manage to get a ton of work done on the office computers. I have a complete ISO done and ready, nice and clean, and I am building a Firefox profile with no AI stuff that I'm going to image onto all the computers. So my basic build is ready to go, which is great. And now we're working on a new project. So I have all of these 12 by 12, like super thin boards. I think they're intended for like wood engraving if you have like an X tool or something. And I need to cut them down to this size because this size is perfect. Not a huge difference in size. And that way they can go on our grids like this. So we have nice sturdy shelves for putting the soaps onto. I think I have 24 of these and I need to cut all of them so that we can take them with us tonight for setup. And they're all done. Oh man, my thumb really hurts from using the blade. Oh, okay, but it is 4:15, so we're done plenty in advance. Kat packaged up all the soaps already. Thank you, Kat. Oh, we just have to get them out in the car in a couple hours. But yeah, thanks. That's super helpful. Fuck you. All right, so we just finished getting set up at Pride for the most part. We still have a few things we need to finish setting up. Thanks, Kat. Helpful. So now we're gonna go get snacks and stuff for this weekend. Snacks. All right, we are here at Pride. Time to take the cover off. Ta-da! Just some final steps to get the last few things here, and then we'll be all ready to go. All right, so we are all set up and ready to go. We got the new 8-foot tablecloth, and we had to spread out this way a little bit because we didn't realize that where normally we have some storage back here, it's a second walkway. So we're making do with what we have. So that's something. Okay. What do you think, Kat? How many sales are we gonna make today? Lots of sales. One of the smartest things you can do when vending during the summer is get a big jug and ice and water. It's already 93 degrees out. The event just opened. It's very hot. There's still a line wrapped all the way around of people waiting to get in, so not a whole lot of activity yet. Hopefully soon. It's very hot and I'm already getting hungry. Alright, and we are all packed up for day one, ready to take all this stuff home, and then we will come back for day two. And we're back for day two at Pride. Things are looking good. It's going to be all profit today, which is fantastic. We love that. And I'm excited. Why do you have to talk over me always, all the time? What do you want?
I said it was going to be hot as Satan's ball sack today.
Yeah, it's Sacramento in the summer.
Satan's ball sack.
Yeah. Anyway, it's supposed to be a high of 93 today, right when we are doing breakdown at 5, which should be peak. Love that. But we have a good wind going, good breeze, very much needed. So, looking forward to finishing up the day. Alrighty friends, welcome to the end of our Sacramento Pride vlog. I wanted to talk about the details of how things went financially for us and everything that went on and the pros and the cons, and give you just a general recap. If you're a vendor in the area, this might be relevant information for you. If you're not interested in the nitty-gritty of everything, then feel free to just go ahead and skip it. Call this vlog good, and we'll see you next week. So let's get into it, and apologies if you can hear Kat snoring in the background. They're sleeping on the couch. Here's how things went financially. Normally the booth fees would have been quite a bit higher,
but we have a deal that we've had with the Sacramento LGBT Center for years now, where we give 10% of our profits every month to the center, and for the whole year, if our total donations exceed the cost of the booth, we get the cost of the booth for free and we go to Pride. So normally booth itself would have been $150 plus the $50 application fee, plus the insurance, plus everything else. So we saved quite a bit on that. We didn't pay for the booth. So we just had the application fee and taxes, which was $69.73. Then we needed to pay for insurance for that weekend. We always get event insurance, especially for big events like this. That was $56.58. And then I paid $15 for each day for parking. I didn't count the cost of gas because I do mileage on our taxes, not gas costs. So there's that. Our total cost for being at the event was $156.31. For our sales, grand total, we had $766 in sales. That was $349 on day one and $417 on day two, which is really, really good. Normally with 2-day events, we don't do as well the second day as we do the first day, so that was really cool to see that higher on the second day. So considering our costs against our total income, our total sales, then our net sales was $609.69, which is really, really exciting. I know for a really big event, we've made more in the past. That was kind of a bummer to double check that. So I had talked about originally at the beginning of the vlog that this was our 4th year going to Pride. It wasn't. It was our 3rd year. I don't know why I had it in my head that we went in 2024. We didn't. We've went in 2022 and 2023. So this is the first time that we've gone in almost 3 years. So that was wild to realize. I did look at the numbers from 2022 and 2023. 2022 was just over $2,000 in sales, and 2023 was about $1,000 in sales. So that's to be expected, unfortunately, with the nature of the economy. Like 2022, everybody had stimulus money, so people had a little bit of extra spending cash to do, and the economy was better than it is now. Certainly wasn't amazing, but way better than it is now. So to have still made $600, really good. Really, really good. But it, kind of a bummer to see the decline in how sales have been for the last few years. So if you're also a small business owner and you've been feeling that, it's not just you, it's across the board. I know I have talked to plenty of other small business owners, and this is very common right now. I am really, really, really glad that we were able to go and make those sales at all. I'm so excited that we got to meet people and do what we did. I think that for the current state of the economy, this was an amazing outcome. I am very, very pleased. So thank you so much to everyone who came and saw us and picked up some soaps. You're rad. I really appreciate it. So something else I like to do when I'm looking at my stats for an event is I like to see what sold really well. So our top sellers were lip balms. Those are almost always a top seller in person. They don't sell particularly well online, and I get that because they're cheap and it feels kind of like a waste to pay for shipping for something that small. They're a good add-on, but they're very, very popular in person, so that's to be expected. A new very popular item, and I'll put a clip zooming in a little bit from earlier shots because I didn't take a separate clip of it, is that we did bring our random samples with us. We had a bin on the main part of the vendor table, and then we had a larger bin down at the ground where people could pick through. And we have never brought the random samples with us before to an event, and I think that's something we're gonna need to do from now on. Just number one, it's a great way to get rid of them, and number two, people really, really liked them. I kind of suspected that the idea of getting to sort through a bin of stuff was going to be really fun for people, that would be an experience they enjoyed, and I was very, very correct. It was really cool seeing big groups of friends going through and picking out what they wanted, because it was 5 for $5 just like it is on the website. So if you had a group of 5 friends, everybody picked one, and I think that was really, really fun, and I really want to do that again in the future. I enjoyed that quite a bit. So that was second bestseller. And then third bestseller was Charms. So we hadn't even really gotten to bars of soap yet. Fourth bestseller was All Together Now. Again, not surprised. It is Pride. I thought the Pride bar itself would do better, but altogether now sold really well. For the rest of the soaps, it was an even tie for Zest Assured, I Meant It, Big Bad Wood, Pride, and Candles, all sold about the same. Sort of a fifth place sweep was all of those. That's really normal for us at events for the smaller things like lip balms and charms and stickers to sell well. So I think that's why the random sample packs sold so well. Not only just the experience, but the really reasonable cost. So that was a really good reminder that if you're a vendor, having a wide variety of price points is a really good idea. Don't focus on just cheap items or expensive items, just have a nice wide range. And that really helped with getting our sales boosted. If we hadn't brought the sample packs with us, our total income would have been quite a bit lower. So I'm really glad that we did that. Total, we had 77 purchases, which was so crazy. That was really, really good. Talking about pros and cons for the events. So pros, obviously this is our people. This is our community. This is our customer base. This is exactly the kind of people that we want to be there giving an option to go ahead and check us out. So that was really good. I thought that the layout for the most part was good this year. And I enjoyed having the 8-foot table. And in previous years, we have done a full like 10 by 10 booth. And it was nice just being in like the makers area. That felt really relevant for us. I think if we had a different booth setup, the 10 by 10 would have been good too. But it was just nice to have the makers area. And I felt like organization getting in and out was really good. Like pack up, load in, and load out was really, really easy and very well organized. I enjoyed the food vendors and the variety of vendors that were at the event. It didn't feel like the music was too loud. We've had that as a problem in previous years. We also were like way too close to the stage in previous years, and it blows out your ears. It makes it really hard to talk to customers. So I'm glad that we were a little bit farther back from that. And of course, obviously it's really good getting to see all these people, and there were people that recognized us from previous events, which was great. Oh man, I loved that. Cons, I would say the biggest con was the physical layout of the Makers Market. So I had a brief clip where you could see there were 3 rows for the Makers Market. The first 2 rows were backs to each other, which is pretty normal for a vendor event. And that way there's like an aisle kind of for vendors to walk down. And that's what we're used to. So that was normal for the first 2 rows. We were in the 3rd row where our backs were to the fronts of the other row, where normally it would be a vendor space people were walking through. That was awkward and very tight, and I worried that that small space impacted the vendors behind us, and it made our normal layout like really awkward and weird. So I did not care for that at all. I wish either that we had been farther forward, or I don't know, maybe a second tent so that there could be 4 rows of the Makers Market instead of 3. 3 just really didn't work. Did not like that. Accessibility has always been an issue at Sac Pride. There was at least some areas for food where there were ramps this year, which was good to see. But the Makers Market was up on a grassy area and there were no ramps. So anyone who needed better access, like with mobility aids, could not easily get up into the Makers Market, and that sucked. That was a problem in previous years too. I don't know how best to solve that. It felt like there was enough space in front of us this year that ramps could have been there so that people could get up safely onto that little grassy area, but it just wasn't the case. That's been like a consistent issue with Sac Pride. All the years that we've been there, that's always been a concern. Our very first year we were on ground level, so we didn't notice it, but the last year we were there and this year, same thing. Accessibility is definitely a concern. I am glad to see that there were some improvements in other areas. I just wish it had been in the area we were in too. Another con organization-wise was how last minute applications went out and how last minute placement went out. And there was a meeting for vendors to have a general idea of how like load in and load out and everything was going to go. Other vendors, I love you, but I need you to read applications. There was a lot of questions that were very clearly answered in the application process. Get on your business, read your stuff, please. But having such last minute assignments and everything, and so much of the application feeling kind of rushed, not a huge fan of that. That's back end stuff. That's not going to affect people. So God knows, Sacramento LGBT Center, I love you. It was a little disorganized this year, okay? I know you can do better because you've done better in the past. Yeah, so that is my generalized breakdown. Overall, a great experience as usual. We love going to Pride. I'm so glad we got to go this year. It's so hot. We have one more event for June, and then I think we probably won't be doing any events that are outside until at least September. It gets so hot in California. I don't appreciate being a melted mess at my booth. It makes it hard to do my business. That is where we're at for Pride. Positive experience, some cons, but generally a good experience. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out for this vlog. I gotta go ahead and get some more stuff done, so I'm gonna cut this one off for now. You're all the best. I appreciate it as usual, and we'll catch you for the next one. Bye.